Okay, we're here to play Megabonk again. I have made an effort, as addicting as this game may be, since I'm just starting out and I kind of want to, you know, like I said, at the first episode where that was kind of an audio test, like I showed off what exactly I've quote-unquote accomplished so far in the game. So, I haven't really gotten that far, right? I've been tier 1 with the Monke, we're gonna be tier 2 with the Monke, and then we might get to the desert. But we're gonna try to beat tier 2 with the Monke. Okay? The gist is that I'm recording these and like my progress through the game because I kind of just want to record that without just, you know, playing it by myself and getting up to some point where I unlock whatever. Look, I ate a little bit earlier, so my guts are kind of giving me heck, but that's normal for this channel. Anyway, let's do it. Now, the Monke, his ability I like a lot. It's legit just that. That vertical mobility is incredible. I've only played on him on tier 1 forest. I beat it the first time I tried it because that vertical mobility is stupendous. This is excellent. Let's go ahead and get that 8% movement speed. Almost said move back speed because of the knockback that was on the screen. It's good that we got that extra 5% difficulty. Now, the idea with difficulty is that it's like in any game like this, and trust me, while it may seem like Vampire Survivors, just looking at this, I want to get the lightning staff. But the precision tome would be really good. I want to get the lightning staff while we can get it. To get back to what I was saying, though, you know, this game shares a lot of qualities, and I'll probably make an... that's so good. Yes, I want to get the bone. Now we just need a melee weapon. But what I was saying is that this game actually shares a lot of qualities with other roguelite games in a way that might be a little bit indirect, right? Like, there's strategies with this that go along with Risk of Rain 2, obviously, but even stuff like Darkest Dungeon, and like I said, I want to eventually make a video about that once I make enough videos about the different roguelikes and roguelites that I like to play. Like, once I go make enough Path of Acro videos, and I'll eventually do Darkest Dungeon 2 stuff, because that's more of a roguelike than Darkest Dungeon, which is like a weird mix between a roguelike and a like actual base building RPG. I mean, if you know about Darkest Dungeon 1, you know what I mean. And I would like to think everyone knows by now what Darkest Dungeon 1's like. Now, right now, I just kind of want to spread out and try to get some stuff on the map. Mainly movement speed. You want that cool... the aura, though. Crud. It's like we keep getting good... I want to get the cooldown tome because I'd rather get the sword as like our push bar, but if you look over at our movement speed, I'm not sure if like the Monke starts off with like some of the other characters with more movement speed. I should have checked that whenever we first got into the run. Okay, that's not really anything we want. Okay, what's this? That's pretty good. That's what that is. It's pretty good. Don't want the revolver or the golden tome. I'll just take the aura so that we have a melee weapon locked in. The quantity tome for sure. Upgrade the cooldown tome. Hopefully that will set us up for a bit. Now, you gotta understand, it's a little bit difficult to keep track of all of this and what I was talking about, but if I didn't lose the thread entirely, what I was getting at is that there's stuff, we want the projectile speed, honestly, for the bones. But yeah, these games kind of have stuff in common that you can identify, and it's I even want to, because my thing is on my non-gaming channel I'd kind of get into this, but my thing is like logic and graphing relationships and stuff, so I kind of want to do it as kind of a fun project to graph out like a relation map between games like this and Darkest Dungeon 2 and stuff like, I haven't played it too much, but I do like the game Soul Ash and games like Dungeons of Dreadmore, stuff like that. We're going to take the HP regen, by the way. But the different strategy concerns that they have alike and apart, like, again, it'll be a long way off before I do that, but it would be an interesting idea. But the reason why I even mentioned all of that is to mention that these games do have certain stuff in common, right? And mobility in a game like this, you can almost directly, because of what it gives you in this game in particular, you can almost make the speed stat directly one-to-one with something in like a more turn-based game like Path of Acra. Like, it's one-to-one with the speed stat in Path of Acra, if you believe it. You know, like the movement speed, I mean, the lateral movement speed. Because what it's actually giving you is, and you may not think of it this way, I think in the actual term is, by the way, we're getting the XP gain. I think the actual term for real-time action type games, and by that I literally just mean games that aren't turn-based, we're going to get the cooldown tome up. I want to save our optional tome for the 4th slot. Hopefully we'll get the damage or the precision tome. I'm good with either. Speaking of, let's get that 20% crit damage in anticipation of possibly having to take the precision tome. Just kind of want to run around and get some XP for a bit. I would like to go ahead and get our damage. I'll take the precision tome, that's fine, for damage. We might even get the damage tome, which would be cool. Ah, goodness. I should pay more attention to where I'm going, huh? Okay, let's see what the salesman has. Brass Knuckles is great for our aura. Let's go ahead and activate that. Damage tome! Perfect. But what I was getting at is that I believe in real-time action games like this, which is just anything that isn't turn-based, so I guess like a real-time game, for short. You call it like an action economy. I think you would still call it an action economy in either kind of game, but I've only ever really, as far as I can recall, I only ever remember hearing it in used as a term in regards to stuff like this. And by the way, yes, I did completely forget that the monkey can just climb up walls. I've been navigating around like I needed to worry about that. We're gonna get the 5 shield just as like one-shot protection. Go ahead and get that magnet so that we can get the dividends of our earlier standing around in the same spot. Now I want to get the precision tome, but the projectile count, the base damage on that is kind of what's really getting me. I want the precision tome up, though. The knockback on the bone is important, because we don't have knockback otherwise. Let's go ahead and get the quantity tome up, because that gives us quantity for everything, obviously. Let's get the cooldown tome up, because it's a precision tome here, actually, because we need the damage. The knockback again. Okay, let's see what the Moai gives us. I actually am tempted by the campfire, yeah. Let's go ahead and get that just as emergency healing. So as I was saying, the whole action economy thing is like a one-to-one with the concept of turn advantage, right? Like, you definitely want turn advantage in a turn-based game, like... Okay, let's get the knockback and the projectile bounces for the bone. Since the bone is our main source of knockback, you know. So in Path of Acra, obviously, and games like it, where you're... Especially if it's like a tile-based game, where you're operating on... Or even games like roguelike card battlers, like... Oh, goodness, and I will play it eventually on the channel, but Slay the Spire... gain 10% knockback is so tempting, but we need the projectile speed. Just in case, I'm pausing it here to explain this, because I'm not sure, I haven't, you know, paid attention or looked at the footage yet to see. In Risk of Rain 2, the way it works is that if you have X number of projectiles for a thing, if they're out, I forget what the it's like the missile launcher or whatever, that like if you have X number of projectile, the missile, I'm talking about not the missile launcher that you have as a use item, not the orange one, I'm talking about, I think it's a green one that attacks with X number of missiles on a crit. If I'm not mistaken, the weapons like that in Risk of Rain 2, say you have 10 rockets, right? And you have 10 rockets flying around. If you want another rocket, one of those rockets has to explode, even if the conditions are met for another rocket to come out. Does that make sense? So, like, the projectile limit is a max possible at any given time, rather than max per instance. I'm not sure whether or not this game does max per instance or max per, like universal max on, like, in the game world versus that. So I'm more worried about projectile speed, because the faster they travel to target, the faster another one can come out. Does that make sense? So to get back to what I was talking about, you know, and it's the same thing in roguelike card battlers too. I want the damage there, where you just more turns, more actions means, where in something like Slay the Spire, it would be more energy on your turn. It's that, right? Like, just having more... It's all the same thing. Whether it's lateral movement in this, we want, I think we actually want the damage to elites or the gold gain. The size is interesting, but I'm not sure that the size is... You know, I'll go for size because we have Aura. Nice. Yeah, I gotta start opening some chests. And hopefully getting a movement speed upgrade. Like, this guy moves pretty fast, especially with that little 8% movement speed upgrade that we got, but it's not enough, really. There we go, another movement speed upgrade. I'd like to get another couple. Hopefully this thing will... It didn't, but I would like to go ahead and get the gold bonus there. Take our freebie. That's alright. The burger. I kind of want to go pick up that magnet. I want to get that upgrade for the aura, just for the size upgrade. The projectile speed and damage on the bone is kind of more important there. But yeah, the main point that I'm getting at is that you can consider movement speed in this just directly analogous to that in other games. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, that's a focus of mine, obviously, is that it just kind of does the same thing. But the reason why I even bother mentioning it, even though that may seem obvious, you know, it's a very... It's kind of a window into how you can use strategy from one kind of game if you just use your noggin a little bit in a different kind of game, even if they don't seem all that alike on the surface. That's not bad, but what I would like to get is, like, projectile count up for now. Okay, I want to get right up over here. And I do, by the way, just kind of keep forgetting that the monkey can just climb stuff. It's weird to get used to, but it's so strong. Like, whenever I do remember it, it's like, oh yeah, this guy has one of the strongest passives. Why do I keep forgetting that? I want the damage. We're going to need the damage. I'll take the greed shrine, just for the heck of it. But I don't want to go over 15. Oh, we're already at 20% difficulty. Okay, well, I don't want to go over that for sure. Get the power-up drop chance. We're doing pretty good against the golem, so I feel good about the final boss. Well, not the final boss, goodness. The first boss. The opposite of the final boss. Let's get 10% crit damage. That's kind of bad. I don't really like that item. Cooldown here. Aura. The bone again. Aura again. Aura again. The banana ring. The bone here. The crit chance. Cooldown. Okay, I think that's about it for this map. Let's go ahead and get that boss. This is pretty good that we can just go right into a clock. Where is he even? Oh, there he is. Yeah, let's just go ahead and chunk him down while we've got this time stop. Oh goodness, I should have had my hand on the controller instead of scratching my ear like an idiot. I was trying to make sure that my headset didn't squeak so much whenever I did that. Okay, well, we can actually, like, move over here for a little bit. Maybe get some chests. We'd be really set with a beefy ring. Oh, the Coward's Cloak is pretty good, just for the 5% move speed, if nothing else. I kind of want to see if we missed any, yeah, I want to get the cooldown tome up again. If we missed any, like, Moai or anything. Speaking of, yeah, of course, there's one right here. Echo Shard. Yeah, I'll take that. Get this chest. Okay, I kind of want to get this challenge shrine, but then we need to get back over to, just for the freebie, you know? But then we need to kill the boss, get his freebie, and then... That, I don't like that item at all. I'm gonna be real. Ah, the boss spawned, like, came back up through the ground over here. Alright. That's not bad. I don't know how much money you get from that, though. Let's go ahead and get the quantity tome upgrade there, and then hoof it back. We need to get back. If there is a magnet, I don't think there is. Look on the map. What is that over there next to... Oh, that's the boss curse shrine. We can stay here and get a little bit more XP, but I don't want to stay past the minute mark. I don't think that's a wise plan for us. We're trying to win, you know? Like... let's go ahead and get the aura upgrade there. This is kind of nice having them just come down into the little alcove there. Okay, we're getting a little too close to the minute mark for my liking, so let's get out of here after we take this chest. Nice. Alright. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Oh, that worried me there. Alright, bottom left of the map, that's not bad. Let's just go ahead and clear the map a little bit here. I don't want to get any more difficulty shrines since we're just doing tier 2, like this is the last stage. The quantity tome for now. Go ahead and hit this and then go get, I gotta remember that this guy can just climb walls. Like, there's some kind of cognitive defect I have where I just forget that this guy can climb walls. I don't know what's with that. Plus 10% damage to elites since the other stuff isn't really relevant. We got a freebie over there if you look on the mini-map. Yeah, I guess those, I guess the enemies from, by the way, we're getting the time bracelet here. I guess the enemies from that challenge shrine died a whole lot faster than I thought they would. That's a good sign, of course, but yeah, I just did not expect that. That's excellent. It would be nice, honestly, this is like the first time I've really like just looking at that right there, where I had to go walk over to those little things of XP manually. That's like the first time I've actually wanted an absorption range increase. We're gonna get the crit damage. And the our HP, well, okay, that HP regen stat is a lie because we currently have the campfire active. I want to go for the 10% knockback on that. That's excellent. I hope we get a lot more of those. It's good that we found the boss portal kind of early. With how we're doing, we might actually want to just go ahead and spawn the boss now. Oh wow, that's a pretty steep drop. Salesman though, so let's see what he's selling. If we can get past these bugs. Let's get the base damage of the lightning staff up. I guess I'll take the credit card. This is kind of late for the credit card to do much, but each 2% damage, you know, I'm not exactly complaining about. I want the extra jumps, but honestly, I'll take the power-up drop chance instead. Well, since we've got Chunkum here, we can kind of see how good or bad our boss damage actually is. Not bad at all, really, because of the crits. But we can just ignore him while we go about our business. If we get more crit damage, that'd be kind of cool. I really just kind of want a magnet shrine, or just a magnet to get a couple of level ups. I'll get the power-up multiplier. As weird as that is. That's good. Echo Shard. The microwave is tempting, but we don't really have... We have some stuff that I'd be willing to toss for some boss busters, so I guess I'll go ahead and chance it. I'm just gonna assume that they're sanity checking, making sure that you don't, like, sacrifice a boss buster to get a boss buster kind of thing. Look at all these bugs. Okay, one more boss buster. Because more boss busters is always good. Oh, I'm not sure what threw me so high into the air there, but... we need to get our boss buster. Oh, I need to not get killed trying to do that, though. Go ahead and get our damage up a little bit. Oof. God, died. Oh, I'm so dim. That was entirely my fault. That's a little odd that I got a new record. Okay, well... I'm going to take a very quick break. Okay. Should be recording. You know, I'm kind of shocked that I got a new high score. Ah, my ear. I kind of want to look at the unlock stuff. So we need to get the rocket. Get the lightning staff to level 15. Get the rocket. Okay, you know what? If we get the lightning staff, I'm gonna do some real weird shenanigans. How about that? Let's use our simian friend again. I love spawning right next to the boss portal. That is such an advantage. Five shield. That's a no-brainer. Ah! I don't want to get owned right away, goodness. What I am so wanting to get the difficulty shrine right away. Just the 5%. There we go. We were doing well. I think I could get a little bit more difficulty depending on how much, I don't want the size or evasion tome, so let's just go with the banana ring. I do think we can go with a little bit more difficulty earlier on if we can reach it. You know, like if the shrines are there for us to get it. But I'm not entirely put out by a lack of those shrines. Nice, a salesman. Let's hope that he has the the socks. The XP gain is good. I'll take that. Socks. That's good. I'll take that. Yeah, we don't have, if you look over here, we don't have like a starting movement speed upgrade, even though it seems like when this guy jumps, he gets a little like jump launch thing going on. The gold gain, I guess. Since there's not really like a good option there, and the silver gain is just meh. Like, why would I pick that? That's not really gonna help your run, right? The Frostwalkers are interesting. I just want to go ahead and keep upgrading the banana if we're just gonna keep getting those kinds of choices. I'll take the difficulty, actually. It might get us killed. In fact, it probably will with our current kit, but... the quantity tome. Okay. The Aegis would be good just for protection, but I'll take the bow. Because the bow has innate crit, so that's kind of like innate extra damage. Go ahead and get the luck up. That's good. I like that a lot. Ack! Just take one on the chin. How much difficulty are we at? 16%. I'll hit up that other difficulty shrine real quick and hope. I'm just kind of willing to see how bad 20% difficulty really is. Yeah, I mean, look at that bow upgrade. Let's go ahead and go for that. So kind of in, like, the first half of this, where I was talking about, like, let's go ahead and get that HP regen, and then the crit chance, so that all of our weapons have a chance for that. Because, I mean, whenever your crit damage is just double damage, there's no reason not to get at least 5%. 5%'s 1 in 20. I mean, duh, right? It's half of 1 in 10, but the point is that 1 in 20 are not as bad odds as you might think. 1% actually isn't that bad either. I'll take another innate 6% for that 11% native. But like I was saying in the first half of this, oh, nice magnet. Like I was saying in the first half of this, with the whole, alright, the shenanigans begin soon. Banish the bow. You can't banish owned items, okay. I was hoping that you could, but if you can't, that's fine. I had to try, right? The chunkers, I'll take those. They're deceptively good if you get more projectiles up. The luck tome, actually, as goofy as that sounds. The 20 HP regen. Because the chunkers do good damage, and do good damage quickly if you get their numbers up. That's not half bad. That's like the crowbar, by the way. This... I think that's actually... It's not as good as the crowbar, but that is basically the crowbar from Risk of Rain 2. But as I was saying, like, with the lateral movement speed thing, and how lateral movement speed is directly... You can kind of cross-compare it directly to speed in Path of Acra, or... increased energy on your turn in, I have the hardest time remembering that game's name every single time. Slay the Spire, and games like that, how you have an action economy generally across, take another 5% crit chance, how you have an action economy across games that, you know, has a sort of form in every kind of game like this that you play. I'll take another 6% crit chance. What are we at now? That's kind of silly. Just innate 33%. Is that real? That's wild, actually. I kind of want movement speed upgrades, but this guy doesn't seem to move that slow, even though he doesn't have any, like, movement speed ups on the stat screen, strictly speaking. Okay. Oh, we're dead. If we don't get something going here soon, we're dead. That difficulty, choosing the higher difficulty definitely has done something here. I don't think it's unrecoverable, though. We just kind of have to play smart. And get the right upgrades. The Precision Tome's a little bit useless for us. Refresh. Cooldown Tome. That's good. The Protect will help. We need to use that immediately to, like, get over here. The Luck Tome there. And get this. Hopefully uncontested. Just gotta make sure we're not trapped when the Protect runs off. The extra XP gain is very much welcome. Yeah, the chunkers being up would be good. Like, getting that up would be good. The banana ring, for obvious reasons, on that one. The beefy ring is, like, stupid on this guy, so let's go ahead and take that. But the thing I was getting at is that there's other stuff too, right? Not just action economy, but general, like, damage mechanics and, my nasal. Sorry, folks. But, you know, general damage tactics and XP gain, but general damage mitigation tactics and damage dealing tactics and such, right? They all kind of come together to be a little bit, I don't want to use any words that are too related to, like, my non-gaming channel stuff, because that gets a little complicated, but isomorphic, right? As in, I need a damage source. That will work. Okay, size for the chunkers. Damage, excellent. That's the tome I wanted. Damage. Cooldown. Damage. Lightning staff. I don't like that. But we're trying to get it to level 15, right? Lightning staff, that's a good one, actually. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is because in this game, I read on the Steam discussion forum someone say that, like, crit damage is bad. Crit damage upgrades are not bad. It's just damage upgrades if you get your crit chance up high enough. Like, crit damage is just damage. Honestly, if you know, I think it's bad form for me to pause the game while playing it, even if I'm trying to, you know, explain something, because, I mean, come on, you're... Right, you don't want to just watch a pause screen. And I'm fully capable of talking while doing stuff. Like, if I had to give it a threshold... The damage tome again, by the way. Cooldown tome. There. But if I had to give it a threshold, I would say that... And it's gonna be lower than you might think. Take the damage. The point at which and not just in this game, if we assume that it is a fair scale, and by that I mean 5% really is 5%. It's no like XCOM, you have 99% chance to hit, and you get like, you know, you have a 99% chance to hit, and you whiff, right? Like it's actually a hidden 70%. If you have never seen the XCOM compilations of 99% hit to hit misses, go look that up, because they're not only funny, but they're kind of a very good example of what an unfair like unfair percentages, like what a weighted percentage. It's like loaded dice, right? That's literally what it is. I don't like that. I'm banishing that. Map. I don't like that there's some stuff unexplored in the southeast of the map, but we might as well get it because I don't think we have the damage to really, like... pull it together otherwise. Like, we need to get a little bit of a head start on the boss. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. Get the luck tome up there. Oh, yeah, goodness. Oh, what I was saying is that what I would consider, not just in this game, but any game with like a crit system, like critical hit system, that includes like Grim Dawn, by the way, or, I mean, I literally do mean any game where you can get a critical hit. That's kind of a concept. What I would consider, assuming it's a fair, like 5% really is 5%, as I said, I would say that, like... 5% is where critical hit damage becomes real damage. Like, you can feel comfortable just adding to crit damage at that point. 1 in 20 is a significant enough threshold for that. Especially if, like, in this game, you start adding the number of projectiles that your thing has. Or, like, the rapidity at which it strikes. I mean, and by the way, if you have 2 projectiles per attack for every second you're attacking, that is the same as having 1 projectile hit twice in a second. Think about it. Doubling your attack speed with a single projectile is the same as having the same attack speed but 2 projectiles. That's another thing, right? Like, projectile, like, fire rate is secretly just a multiplier. I really want to get the chunkers up, not only to demonstrate that they are good, because I saw someone say they're the worst weapon in the game, and I like them a lot from what I've played so far. What I'm yammering about here actually kind of plays into that, by the way. Like, why they're good. Yeah, upgrade them again. The Luck Tome again. I want to see what's over here. Because I don't think we've gotten a single actual movement speed upgrade. Yeah, this guy just seems to travel pretty fast when jumping around. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I don't know, maybe just not having to go around walls really is just that significant of a movement upgrade, you know? I kind of wish there was less boss curse shrines, but I kind of understand why that's a thing, I think. Okay, let's get on through that portal. We're playing with fire here. But yeah, I think crit damage becomes just more damage way earlier in the percentage to actually fire off than maybe people get. Like, people otherwise. And, you know, your opinion's your opinion, whatever. You do you. I'm just saying that, in my experience with games like this, that's where it can reliably happen enough that it's not like a waste to get crit damage up. Finally, some movement speed. Excellent. Oh. That's a little inconvenient. Okay. Did we get a... yeah, we did get the beefy ring. That would explain why we have some actually decent damage. Do we really need extra crit chance at this point? Speaking of, we have 43%, we really don't. I'd rather have the 8% luck. But, we have the boss basher. I kind of want to go ahead and get more of those. If it just took a pair of sunglasses, I'm totally cool with that. Or tactical glasses, whatever. Okay, it took one of our medkits that time. That kind of stinks a little bit. Let's go ahead and get that. And the microwave breaks. Now, the reason why the chunkers are good is because they do a lot of damage base, and they scale really well with quantity. Let's go for 20% pickup range. Man, I'm actually kind of wanting that right now. But the other thing is, as their projectile speed gets up, and as you get the cooldown up, they become a blender, like a high-powered blender, and they have knockback. Yeah. Like, the chunkers are really good, actually. If you can get them going fast enough. Like, that's a caveat. They kind of need to be going fast enough, but I want to get that XP gain. Yeah, if you can get the chunkers going fast enough, and you can get their knockback high enough, and you can get enough of them, it becomes a freaking blender. Like one of my first wins was just on the back of chunkers. So, I'm a big fan of them. I mean, look at that damage. They're not bad. I mean, I haven't unlocked all the weapons yet, obviously, but I'm just saying they are not bad at all. They're just another melee weapon, you know what I mean? And the fact that they reliably spin the same way means that you can, like, run counter clockwise around something to get them to hit it more often, and I need to be careful or I'm gonna eat dirt again. Yeah, like that. Okay. I don't want to lose this run due to my own incompetence, so let's stop messing around with Chunkum. Ah! Yo, that's bad. Okay, let's just keep moving. Now I'm really feeling that lack of movement speed upgrades. This is really bad. Ah. But we can escape upwards. Which is really freaking strong. That's not as strong whenever we just fall right into the crowd. That was another lack of movement speed death right there. Okay, I want to take a look at the unlocks. It's a shame that the stuff that I can unlock here isn't actually, increase damage by 0.1% per kill. That's kinda cool. Crits have a 25% chance to heal you. That's pretty cool. Toggler, huh? Toggle purchased weapons, tomes, and items on or off. That's based. I'm probably not going to use that for a while, though. That said, I'm going to take a short break. Okay, I'm back. I think. Yeah, okay, I'm back. I had to check. Now, this will be an extra long one, yeah. Depending on how long it takes to beat it being Tier 2 Forest with Monke, but I don't want to chunk this one up like I did the Athena runs, because I'm actually like talking about stuff instead of just doing normal observational commentary. Ah! I don't want to lose that quickly, come on. I think simply put, what I did wrong was that I went too early, too far into, into the difficulty side of things, like upping the difficulty. 7.5% XP gain, because that little bit of shield isn't going to keep me from getting killed if, you know. That's excellent, goodness. Just go ahead and take the damage tome since we want it anyway. Let's get evasion, actually. Just a little bit more. The Cursed Doll, I wish I knew what that did. The aura is cool. We don't really need the precision tome. I'll skip. That feels bad, but I just kind of want to skip. We don't really need the extra jumps, but it would have saved us last time, so I'm kind of torn. I'll take the 5% luck instead. But what I was kind of, in a very roundabout way, eventually getting at, let's go for the armor again, just more defense. Go for damage. I would actually really like the axes, but I want to get the chunkers again. So I'm just going to upgrade the damage tome. Banish, actually, the silver tome. Go ahead and get another difficulty totem. I know I just said that the difficulty is what got us killed last time, and I'm pretty sure it is. But still. Oh, right. I mentioned all of that, because in a roundabout way I was going to talk about how difficulty in this is no different than, like, you do an optional challenge, or, like, take on an optional thing, and you end up getting a reward. It's, you know, high risk, high reward stuff. It's standard for these kinds of games, obviously. But, you know, it is worth mentioning that there is a kind of calculus that you can do where, and it's more by feel, right? It's not like an exact science. Maybe somebody could turn it into an exact science. There's people with a knack for that out there, but I'm not one of them. It's something you kind of play by ear where it's like, okay, like last time I went for over 20% difficulty, and it's like, okay, this time I'll just sit it at 15%, see where we end up, right? I'm getting the turbo socks because we need those socks, as always. Go ahead and get this chest open, see what's in it. Terrible, banishing that. I would like to get some kind of heal going. Bossbuster's alright. Damage tome. 5% evasion so that we just avoid damage. Good, that protect will do us some good, because I want to get this XP. I want to get a melee weapon already. Bananas doing work as always. Kind of want to just get the damage tome for now. Damage again. But yeah, the idea being that, yes. Make me pick between the chunkers and the lightning staff. I have to pick the lightning staff. That stinks. Because I do want to get the level 15 lightning staff while we're doing this. I'll take the gem sauce. I want to save that magnet for a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of play it by ear and figure out what a good level of that... Because whenever you're dealing with something like how the difficulty works in this, it's kind of like how waiting a certain amount of time in Risk of Rain, like pushing the time limit to get more stuff to... I really don't know what to think about that item, if I'm gonna be real. I'll take it. So... It's kind of like the campfire, but for damage. Right? Which can save your life as much, I guess. Yeah, okay. We're not gonna be pulling that off right now, so let's go ahead and just get out of here. Keep moving while the swarm's showing up. We need the rocket too, but I don't want to have to... we'll go ahead and just get the rocket because it's good, rather than anything else. Any other considerations? But with something... Oh, that's pretty good. But with something like the difficulty in this and in games like it... I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know I've played games that have the same kind of... Like the exact same thing where it's like a baseline difficulty and you can crank it up for rewards. And it's literally just called difficulty 2 there, I think. I just can't think of it at the moment. Okay. I was giving that idle juice some time to work, but it didn't really work out that well. We need to get those. Projectile speed will work. Lightning staff upgrade, because we're trying to do that. Ah, my ear. But yeah, you can kind of like fine-tune it, like dial it in, how much difficulty is going to get you killed versus how much difficulty is just fine, basically. Whenever you see something like that. I'm just going to go for the damage. Okay, let's hope that we can get that uncontested with a shield. And if you do kind of dial it in, how much you can get without getting killed for it, like upping the difficulty without getting completely owned, basically. If you dial it in to the right amount and you know how much to get each time, especially in a game like this where you can reliably do it in like increments, like incrementally, then yeah, it's definitely worth experimenting with and going like, ah, okay, that's how much I need to, you know. Let's refresh that. Refresh again, because I wanted the chunkers. Skip. Let's go ahead and try to get this one. I actually will get the plus 20% pickup range again. Nice, Moai. The med kit is a lifesaver here, holy crap. Let's see what this fella's got. I like the sucky magnet. We don't really have any on hit effects, so let's just get the magnet. Quantity tome up. Now, hopefully, we'll get something going here. Get our crit chance up. Well, this is the real, you know, test. I think I have to take the aura here or we're dead. We might be dead anyway. Got damage and quantity. I will banish the... I'll take the luck tome instead. And here I will banish outright the evasion tome. Sneak around here, crawl up this wall. Nice, glad to see that Moai in the distance. I'm tempted to take the agility tome, honestly. I want the cooldown tome, though. Nice, 2 Moai even. Speaking of, kind of want attack speed up, but we need the movement speed. Nice, that's excellent. The banana ring, yeah. That's good. More attack speed. I think we're about where we're gonna be at for the rest of this run. That's not great, but I'll take it. Upgrade the aura. Cooldown tome, excellent. Yes, excellent. The luck tome even. Cooldown. The rocket, I think. That magnet's doing hard work, man. Alright, the feathers ain't bad. Happy to see that, I guess. Let's see if we can make that magnet work for us over here. Except there's like a bunch of magnets on the map. The cooldown tome is tempting, but we need to upgrade the lightning staff. Not just for the obvious reasons, but also for like the bounces. So how many freebies are available? There's one over there and then one... Okay. Well, in any case, we need to spawn the boss. I want to get the luck tome up there, but the rocket's the obvious one. See what's in the freebie. Alright, that's pretty good, since the chest value isn't too high. Get the cooldown tome up. Let's see if we can go get that other freebie. Nice. Oh, and the coin power up. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Modest gold. Uptake, yeah. Upgrade. So here's hoping we get a beefy ring. The aura there is the obvious one to upgrade, since that's our, you know, means of actually not dying to things immediately around us trying to crowd us. And that's another thing that I kind of wanted to bring up was the... And I'll probably talk about all of this again and again as I... not just in this game, but through other games. You know, I'll try to make it a little bit fresh whenever I talk about it each time, but... Like mob clear. You know, it's not really that different in concept from clearing bodies in Darkest Dungeon, or any other kind of, you know, AoE management of small mobs or ads in any other kind of game. Get that luck tome up. I'm waiting until right before the 1 minute mark. Oh yeah, and right, we have the thing where we can just stand still and gain damage. Alright, let's go. But the reason why I even bring this stuff up at all, and as stupid as it is, I want to up the difficulty a bit. Just to 20%. Because I want to try somehow to get that lightning staff to level 15. Probably won't be able to in this run, but, you know. A man can dream. Excellent. But the reason why it helps to think of things that way is because once you realize that some things are like transferable, that the concepts are still the same at the bottom of it, so to speak. You know, that at the bottom of go ahead and get the cooldown tome up. That like underneath movement speed is the same concept that drives you know, getting more energy, right? Like there's still just action economy stuff. Like, realizing that then allows one to use knowledge across genres to good effect. Right? Like, it makes it a lot easier to make a new strategy for a new game that you're playing. Right? Even if it is a good bit, like, enough different that it kind of might have some similarities on the surface, but not, you know, isn't necessarily the same enough to make specific strategies obvious. You can at least develop more generalized strategies that work for you instead, that kind of would apply to that game that you're now dealing with regardless. Like, I have a lot of hours from Risk of Rain 2, right? And I did play a good bit of Vampire Survivors. So, for my part, being able to formulate strategies in this game isn't that bad. It's mainly just not dying from incompetence or overzealousness, like me getting that other difficulty shrine, which probably just killed me. By the looks of how little damage... by the looks of how little our damage was affecting those stone guys. Power-up drop chance would be great. I think projectile count is probably more important immediately, though. See what we get out of here. It's not that bad. Third time's a charm. Nice, another boss buster. Hopefully we can chunk him down a good bit. That's not bad that we're doing that much damage. That actually is kind of a good sign. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. We should at least win on this run, and then that'll be the end of, like, this episode, if you want to call it that. Like, I'm gonna just throw these 3 runs together. I love being able to just go straight up a wall, like, goodness gracious, that's such a good ability. Go ahead and get the rocket up, because we needed to kill more dudes. Get that Magna Shrine. What is that over there? That's just a stupid boss thing. We can come back and get that freebie on our way back around from, scouting the map. Okay, here's the real test of our damage. If we've got the damage and the upgrades to deal with this, we should be fine. Okay, the standing still thing don't work. We do still have that, right? Yeah, we do still have an idle juice on this run, so... Gotta upgrade the lightning staff and hope it's enough. Come on. Just gotta survive the swarm. See if we can make them, Okay, just give the quantity tome. Alright, good. That actually seemingly worked. Go ahead and get the aura up. The pickup range would be good, but I'm more interested in evasion, given our current circumstances. I do want some more level ups. The bananarang getting leveled up be a boon, so we did that. So I was wiggling back and forth to hopefully, like, get their AI to HP region, to get their AI to, like, have to travel a little bit slower to get to us on that one. Get the rockets up. Get our freebie. Alright, we gotta stop farting around. Just getting the R size up would be good, but the bananarang count is more important. Projectile speed, XP gain, for sure. I'm waiting to get chests in case we somehow manage to get lucky enough to get, like, another red credit card. Having to choose between the Boss Buster and the battery is devious, but we'll take the Boss Buster. Just, I mean, obviously 15% damage is too good to pass up against the boss. Extra attack speed, because what we need right now is damage, damage, damage. I mean, always, but like, our movement speed is good enough that that's kind of the only consideration that we really have at the moment. The lightning staff up again. I said that, but the projectile count will be in service of our damage. Now here's the real troubled thing. Are we going to be able to get back to the boss and take him on in a way that will leave us actually, you know, capable of victory? I think we will be if we get the right upgrades. Again, lightning staff, because we want to get that. It would be really cool if we could get that to 15. Projectile speed. Okay, I'm gonna start getting a couple of chests. That's really good. Crit chance 49% is just solid. I mean, obviously at this point, just crit damage is just more damage. Attack speed. The size would actually be important here for the aura, but also for, now, I'm not sure, but I think, because it gets size upgrades, that one thing about the lightning, like, I hope and think that the lightning staff has like an AoE effect. But oh man, we almost died super hard there. I'm glad I turned around. Those extra jumps that I passed up would come in real handy right about now. The quantity tome, I think. Yo! Danger. For real going on here. The lightning staff. Look at all of those jerks trying to kill us. Let's try the wiggling thing. No! Ah, goodness. Lightning staff again. Just the aura again. See what we get out of the Moai. The med kit is a real lifesaver here. I can't tell what's down there. It looks like a merchant. And there's a freebie down there actually. Again, the aura just to save our hides. Hopefully. See what he's got. The brass knuckles. That is very good. We needed that. Look at the damage on that stone golem. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We just gotta go get the boss. It stinks because there's so... There's other charge shrines. I want to get at least one more before activating the boss. The movement speed. Okay, we got to activate the boss. I'm not sure if we'll have the damage to kill him, but if we do... I mean, that would go a long way, just getting the damage tone upgrade there. Let's see what we get out of these chests. Not anything good out of that one. Not anything good out of that one, okay. Let's see if we can get something good out of these chests. Now with that protect over there, we'll still be able to turn the... Ah, that's good. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Let's get this one. I was hoping for a brass knuckles, but that'll work. Oh, can't afford that. Projectiles up, because, I mean, duh. That protect came at just the right time, so we can just stand here and heal up full while giving the boss what for? Cooldown tome, because duh. Oh, we need to, like, really reposition a bit better. I think we've got the damage to kill him. It's just going to be very close. I need to get to that chest, though. That freebie. Almost had that ogre just land on our head. Oh, man, we might actually be hosed here now. Damage tome again. Ugh. Well, at least we got the cannon thing done. We just need to be able to get next to him. Yeah, I think we've got this. I think we've got an actual victory here. Yeah, I think we've got a victory. If we can kill him before the 1 minute mark, we're set. Now, can we get those lightning staff upgrades to really seal the deal on this being a really good run? Might as well go for the damage tome there, I guess. Gem sauce, alright. Go ahead and get the aura up again, since we're just doing ghosts now. I mean, we won, but now we're just kind of gonna die to the ghosts. I don't think we're gonna survive very long against the ghosts. Case in point, like, they're just gonna bully us into a corner and own us. Get the aura up again. We can, like, try to run around. I don't think it's gonna... I think it's kind of a futile effort. I mean, the wall climbing helps, but... Is there another... There's no way there's another magnet on the map. Damage tome again? I don't think it matters. Damage tome again? Honestly, the wall climbing is what's keeping us alive. It's keeping them from, like, pinning us to the ground like that. Like, that's what they really do to kill you, is that they pin you to the ground and then you're just dead. Lightning staff. Okay, this is silly. We're gonna get the 2-minute mark, probably, if we can just survive a little bit longer. Come on. Come on. Yes. Excellent. Yeah. That owns. Didn't get the lightning. Didn't get the lightning thingy, but that's okay. Didn't get the lightning staff thing, but we're good. Wow, 143,000, huh? What is Bob? Who's Bob? I'm unlocking that just because I'm curious about that. For every 14 units moved, summon Bob, in parentheses, he's dead. Okay. 20% chance to spawn missiles upon killing an enemy. That's based. I love that kind of item. I loved it in Risk of Rain 2. I love it here. The guy who made this game, well, you know what I mean. Whoever, the folks who made this game, you guys are great. Persons, people, person. Actually, I want to go to the shop. I'm not gonna buy the toggler, until I unlock everything, I think. And if I do it before then, it's just gonna be because I kind of lost my patience, but... yeah, I don't know. I kind of would rather get, like, refresh and skips. And banishes first. Is there anything I can unlock for, like, 12? You know, I'll get the attraction tome. Because I think the attraction tome will actually be really weirdly good. Now, here's the thing. I have now beaten both. To finish this, I'm gonna, like, record more in this session, but to finish this specific, like, video off, I have now beaten Force Tier 1 and Tier 2 with every character I've unlocked. Now, the other characters, I either need to, like, get the Precision Tome to level 10, get the Lightning Staff to level 15, you know, it's stuff like that. Bioweapon Tornado, kill 100 enemies, you get the idea. Complete 2 challenges. Use the microwave to duplicate Ice Crystal 3 times in a row. I don't think I even have the Ice Crystal. Cactus, I like that. Get 50 kills with Frostwalker. Okay, I can do that. But the idea is, right... complete 6 challenges and buy the weapon Black Hole. And how do I unlock the Black Hole? Well, if I remember right, that's like get Knockout Tome. Knockback Tome to level 10, yeah. So you can kind of get the idea here that, you know, kill the Scorpion mini-boss on Desert 3 times. Sure, I'm going to have to buy that. So... the idea here, I think, is that I need to do challenges and go to the desert. Find and defeat the bandit in the desert. Okay, so he's the bush of the desert. He's the desert bush. Complete 100 quests. Okay. Complete Forest Tier 3. Desert Tier 2. Desert Tier 1, well, right, like, you see where this is going, so I'm going to, whenever I get back, try the desert, I think, for the first time. Desert Tier 1.